Chat, I have some news. We cooked the Elite Four last stream, and it turns out that the lines that we made did not require any of the fairy types that we caught, and it didn't require any of the roamers that we caught. We're not using Thundurus, we're not using Primarina, we're not using Enamorus, we're not using Togekiss, but we are bringing a unique Pokemon. And apparently, this will be the first run to not bring a fairy type or a roamer, but actually still has a unique. That is so specific. Yeah. Well, people almost always bring roamers, and if they don't bring roamers, they always bring fairies. And if they don't bring either of those, then they're not bringing a unique. But anyways, we cooked an Elite Four team, and it was completely riskless. The thing is, chat, because of the riskless nature of it, it did require us to sacrifice Taco at the very end. But while I was at TwitchCon, Xavier said, I think there might be a way to save Taco. And I looked at it, and I wrote it out. And he's right. Not only is there a way to save Taco, a chance to save Taco. It's a chance. It's a 25% chance that Taco lives. Not only does the line require Taco's life to not... It doesn't require Taco's life. Only 75%. It also doesn't require the Salac Berry or the Rocky Helmet anymore, which means we do not need to do the trainers on the way to the Salac Berry and Rocky Helmet, which takes away 8 fights, which means we are now only 9 fights away from the Elite Four. So all we need to do is go through Route 123, I think. Over under 20 total deaths by the end. So the new line has anywhere from 2 to 5 deaths. Most of the time, there are going to be 3 deaths. Worst case, we could have 5 deaths. It is going to be the case that Taco has to live on a 25% chance if it wants to survive to the end. Oh, chat. Before we do anything else, look at this. Frag visualization. Whoa. 100 total kills. Oh. Rip Spinnick. Spinnick's death coming up soon. I think he gets to 37 and then dies. Maybe 35. Where's Dino Nugget? Does it exist yet? I don't think it exists yet. The starter. Dino Nugget has entered the chat. Oh, there it goes. Conkeldurr, Dino Nugget. Now that Conkeldurr's a Conkeldurr, it's coming up. Okay. Mega Pidgeot. Oh, Alaska. We got the Alaska trade. Torterra slowed down a little bit. Sprout. Dino Nugget overtaking. Come on, Dino Nugget. You can do it. Come on, Dino Nugget. Alright. Oh my god, there's Hydreigon. Oh my god, Acai. Oh, and there's Mustard, Urshifu. Urshifu and Hydreigon are zooming up for the late game. They go crazy. Alright, that's up to Cool Trainer Hallie. That is our top, some amount of Pokemon. Egg top 5 is crazy. It's top 4. 1 out of every 10 kills is Archeops. I believe it. I believe it. Nectarine is 32 kills, and we got it like 60 Pokemon ago. Top 25? That's cool. Crazy how Tabasco's still up there. Tabasco's a crazy early game mon. Yeah, it's amazing that we were a little disappointed in Flygon, Bok Choy. And it's sitting in like, what is that, top 8? We're going to Vito. We're finishing Victory Road. Okay, so chat, this is the first time I will have done this. How can I help you today? Changing a nature. There are 30 total heart scales in Pokemon Run and Bun. To change a nature, it requires 3 heart scales. A nature increases one stat by 10% and lowers another stat by 10%. We need to make our Hydreigon faster. We need to make it timid, which increases its speed and lowers its attack by 10% each. This is the first time we've ever done it, and we are going to be using 10% of my entire heart scales for the whole game on Hydreigon right now. This is our first nature change, yep. It costs 3 heart scales to change the nature of a Pokemon. Which Pokemon's nature do you want to change? We want to change Acai. Which nature should we change Acai to? Timid. Plus speed, minus attack. This is correct, yes? Acai, timid. You want to change the nature of Acai to timid. It costs 3 heart scales. I'm glad they have so many This is the one time where I'm like, yes, good. Good. 3 confirmation boxes. It'll be 3? Yes. Alright, we handed over 3 heart scales. Our Acai's timid. Oh my god, it's the exit! No, man, it's the final trainer of Victory Road. If we miss a single detail, it's so easy to wipe, but... we've cooked it over and over and over and over and over again. Surely I didn't miss any details. I guess we're gonna find out in just a moment. Vito. Vito. Vito? Vito. Okay, Vito's canceled. He's over. Oh! Hey, Svet, remember me? Last we saw each other was at Fall Arbor, and ever since then, I've been thinking about that battle we had. I've been looking forward for a chance to rematch you, and this is the perfect opportunity. I won't take another loss. I believe Vito was about the closest we've ever been to wiping. The last time he almost got 3 Iron Head flinches in a row, and it would have wiped me if he hit 3. Maybe Roxanne might have been closer, but let's hope we don't miss any details here. And straight Vito would like to battle. Sends out Indeedee. Alright, so this Indeedee has a Focus Sash. And it has Psychic Surge, so we can't ever use any priority moves. Very, very cool. It sees that it kills me with Future Titan Expanding Force, so it's going to be using one of those moves. So we need to avoid one of those moves by Mega Evolving and using U-Turn to get out of here before those Psychic moves hit me. Oh. Okay. Survives using the Focus Sash. And Hydreigon is going to switch in on the move. There's Future Sight. So, now, we are holding a Choice Scarf, which means that, and we're timid, so we do outspeed this. With U-Turn, we will kill. And we're going to U-Turn to Beedrill. And the Future Sight will not hit Beedrill because it activates the turn after. So we're going to U-Turn to Beedrill with Future Sight looming overhead. Okay. The only Pokemon that outspeeds and kills Mega Beedrill on their team is Pheromosa. It's super fast, it's super strong, it has a Life Orb, Beast Boost, all that nonsense. So Pheromosa comes in. Now, we need to immediately switch out of Beedrill to make sure that it does not die, because obviously it's outsped in one shot by Throat Chop from Pheromosa. So, no U-turning here, because it would kill us before we got the U-turn off. We're going to switch it to Acai, who's going to take the Throat Chop. Who's going to take the Throat Chop and the Future Sight. So here's the Throat Chop. Ah! Hurt by the Life Orb, and then I take the Future Sight. It's a Psychic type, so it doesn't deal any damage. Which Throat? Fortunately, Acai is 3 heads, so we have 2 other Throats to use. Not that they're required, because now, with a Choice Scarf, with a Timid nature, we outspeed and kill this Pheromosa with Draco Meteor. Now, there's no Pokemon that outspeed me left on the team, because Acai Timid with a Choice Scarf is so crazy. So they're going to send in a Pokemon that's slower and kills me. That Pokemon is Hawlucha. It immediately uses its Psychic Seed to increase its special defense and activate its Unburden ability. Now, this is actually faster. Now it is faster, and its special defense is increased. And Acrobatics does an insane amount of damage, but Close Combat is what kills. So, it will be using Close Combat on this turn. We need to switch to a Pokemon that can take Close Combat. It obviously outspeeds us, so we need to switch. Lobster is going to take the Close Combat quite nicely. Now, Hawlucha has Acrobatics, so it has increased damage with no item, which is why I just gave it an item. I gave it my Sticky Barb. Now, all we need to do is let Sticky Barb do some damage to it as I sit in front of Hawlucha. Its Acrobatics damage is reduced, so it's going to take damage every turn. So it's guaranteed to use either Close Combat or Stone Edge. So we slack off as we sit in front of this Hawlucha. There is Stone Edge, and we slack off. -1 Sticky Barb. Yep, -1 Sticky Barb. If you end the battle with Hawlucha holding the Sticky Barb, you do not get it back. Anyways, we're going to take another hit, and we're going to slack off again. And now, because we're at full health, we are safe to do whatever we want on one turn. What we're going to do is we're going to yawn. There we go. Now, it's not asleep yet. So we need to slack off one more time. And then it falls asleep. Now, it is guaranteed to fall asleep for at least one turn. This gives us a free switch, which means we can go into Kebab. And after all of those Sticky Barb procs, Kebab now is able to kill Hawlucha. Hawlucha's Unburden has been deactivated, meaning that we outspeed. And we can use Flip Turn. And the reason why we needed to kill with Barraskewda and not Slowbro is because we need to kill and switch at the same time. So we will outspeed and Flip Turn Hawlucha, reclaiming the Sticky Barb, because we're not leaving anything behind. Now, we go to Acai. No evidence. And Vito's notorious Mega Alakazam is going to come in, because Alakazam sees a kill with Dazzling Gleam, even before it Mega Evolves. Now, again, with a timid nature, with a Choice Scarf, we just barely outspeed Mega Alakazam. So, we need to get out of here and deal damage to this Alakazam at the same time. To do that, we simply U-turn. We're Choice Scarfed. We're timid. We deal 50% to Alakazam. Minimum. So here's the Mega Evolution. It traces my Levitate. We deal half. And now, it's going to be using Dazzling Gleam, as we predicted. So, we do have a Pokemon that resists Dazzling Gleam. That Pokemon is Nectarine. So, Beedrill is going to come in. And again, unfortunately, Beedrill does not outspeed a Mega Alakazam, because it's timid, and it has 150 base speed. But it is going to take the Dazzling Gleam here. There it is. And now, Alakazam outspeeds and sees the kill with expanding force and only expanding force. So it must use it. Which means that is a Psychic type move. So, we can switch in Acai to take the Psychic move. And we will U-turn to kill Alakazam. U-turn and flip turn are too good, dude. Now, who do we send in after killing their Alakazam? An Alakazam of my own, Soup. With my favorite strategy that in recent memory. This next sequence of turns is so cool. Soup is going to come out. And they're going to send in the first Pokemon that kills my Soup. That Pokemon is Aggron. Now, Aggron has a Custap Berry, so if I use Aura Sphere and it lives, it will simply kill me with its attacking move. If only it didn't have Sturdy. Well, we can get rid of its Sturdy with Soup's skill swap, stealing its Sturdy, allowing us to survive any one move. We steal its Sturdy, and we'll see if it chooses to attack me or not. It uses Stone Edge, it hits Stone Edge. It brings us down to Sturdy. A Figgy Berry activates, bringing us back up to 51%. And now we are able to kill with Aura Sphere, because it does not have Sturdy. And then there is one Pokemon that remains. That Pokemon is Cloyster. Now, the Figgy Berry was necessary because now Cloyster, it has Shell Smash, it has Explosion, it has Freeze Dry, it has Hydro Pump. Because we're at 51%, this Cloyster sees that it kills me with Hydro Pump and only Hydro Pump. Obviously Explosion, but it doesn't look at it like that. If it sees a kill with any other move, it won't use Explosion. If it sees a kill with Shell Smash, it won't use Shell Smash. It's going to use Hydro Pump this turn. So, we need a Pokemon that can take a Hydro Pump. And luckily, we have one of those. The Pokemon is Kebab. We do outspeed and kill this Cloyster, but it also has a Focus Sash, for anyone curious as to why I'm not just attacking. So, Kebab comes in to take the Hydro Pump. Whether it hits or not, doesn't matter. This Pokemon also can't explode because it's the last Pokemon. This is true. We take a little bit of damage from the Barb. It ain't no problem whatsoever. Now we're going to be breaking this... we're going to be breaking this Cloyster's Focus Sash with Flip Turn, as it's going to use Hydro Pump or Freeze Dry. We Flip Turn. We keep the Sticky Barb, because they need to hit us with a physical move, not we hit them with a physical move. And we Flip Turn to our Burned Radish, which is going to take a Hydro Pump or a super effective Freeze Dry because it's holding the Assault Vest. We're burned, so we can't get frozen. And now we simply kill with Thunderbolts, beating Vito, riskless, deathless, and getting us to the Pokemon League. And we got a critical hit to finish it off. I'm humbled. You're an amazing trainer, the best I've fought. It is clear I have much to improve, but you, SmallAnt, you seem ready to become a champion. I'll be rooting for you, and maybe this Mega Stone could help. Either way, goodbye for now. Now, we've made it to the top of Evergrande City, but that is not the last trainers that we need to fight before the Elite Four. There are a few more trainers that we will need to defeat because there are some optional trainers that are blocking some very good items. There are 16 optional trainers that guard valuable items in this game. We only need to fight 8 of those because we need the eject pack and the eject button, which are locked behind exactly 8. Here is the next trainer, Pokemaniac Hambino. Hambino has a Togekiss, Marowak, Superior, Drifblim, Hatterene, and Luxray. Okay, Hambino time. Alright, Pokemaniac Hambino. Should be a pretty quick one. We're fighting him. I'm not getting the damn berries anymore. I'm not even gonna pick them up. -1 citrus. Okay. Alright, so Togekiss is in. There are a bunch of Pokemon that I have that can kill this Togekiss, but Curry is the only one that kills it the right way. We take any hit from this Togekiss, just barely, and we're toxic poison, so it can't Thunder Wave me. Heavy Slam just kills it. And there's Aura Sphere. We live a crit, barely. There's a Citrus Berry go up. And yeah, Heavy Slam just cooks it. Bop! The poison needs to be toxic because on the first turn, toxic deals half the damage of regular poison. Which means we always lived an Aura Sphere critical hit into poison or toxic tick. And then our Citrus Berry would activate, bringing us above 25% every single time. Actually bringing us above 24% every single time. And that is important because Marowak is now going to come in, and this is the reason why we killed Togekiss with Curry, is because we needed a Pokemon that is slower than Marowak and dies to it, because Marowak has Stealth Rocks, and I did not want it to use Stealth Rocks. I wanted it to use an attacking move. The only way that it will attack, though, is if it sees on the first turn it comes in, the only way it will attack the first turn over using Stealth Rocks is if it outspeeds and sees a kill. It sees a kill and outspeeds with either Fire Punch or Bone Meringue at this point, so it's going to be using those. It's essentially a 50-50 chance, and we are above Stone Edge range, which is important because we're switching P, our bug type, and this guy deals exactly 24% with Stone Edge, so we didn't want any chance of Stone Edge, so all we gotta do is switch in P to exit out. So we're going to take Bone Meringues, and Bone Meringue or Fire Punch, and that switches us out. Here's a Bone Meringue, there's a 1. And then here's a 2, which brings us below half. We live crits. And we get ejected out here. So, this brings us into our Radish, our Life Orb Electrode. And with the Life Orb at level 99, Energy Ball barely kills. So, we switch it in. Yeah, Energy Ball just kills here. We outspeed, obviously. This is a thick club, by the way, so it has crazy attack. Yep. And now, Electrode outspeeds everything on their team, so they're just going to send in the first Pokemon that kills me. And at exactly 70 HP, Superior sees that it kills me with only Hidden Power Fire. And so, it will always use Hidden Power Fire on this turn. It has a Focus Sash, though, so we need to figure out how to get rid of that Focus Sash first. The way we're going to do that is we're going to Volt Switch to break the Focus Sash, and then a Pokemon will be taking Hidden Power Fire. That Pokemon, amazingly enough, we now are able to go into Nectarine. We're now going to Nectarine to take a Hidden Power Fire, of all things. Just a regular Beedrill. Superior, stupid idiot. And now a Mega Beedrill outspeeds and kills with U-turn. So, that's what we're gonna do. There we go. And there are 3 Pokemon left. And I only have 2 Pokemon I haven't used. So we're going to send in Mustard, who's level 99. Mustard is a choice band, so once we decide on a move, we won't be able to switch from it. They send in their best counter for my Urshifu, and that is Drifblim, because it can one-shot me with Acrobatics. Acrobatics Flying Gem. Unfortunately for it, though, with the choice band, Wicked Blow, we outspeed and one-shot Drifblim. There you go. And now, they're going to send in the next Pokemon that can challenge me, and that's Hatterene. Which we outspeed and kill with a Wicked Blow. And now they're going to send their only Pokemon left, Luxray, without Intimidate. It's Guts. Which means a Wicked Blow with Choice Band also just kills. And there's a 3 Pokemon chain kill for Mustard. Beautiful. 7 trainers remain. Wendy and Braxton. Move on down. No. Why would I move down? Nice try. I'm not moving down. All right, this is a double battle against Cool Trainer Wendy and Braxton. They send out Oranguru and Greedent. A name who's kind of hard to remember the name of. And we send out Nectarine and Meatloaf. So, great thing about this is Greedent is one of the slowest Pokemon ever made. And I don't know if that's an exaggeration much. 20 base speed. Crazy. Nectarine is able to... this is a Trick Room team. And Oranguru wants to set up Trick Room. But funny enough, it doesn't have a Focus Sash. So, it's not going to. Because Nectarine is able to, at level 99... U-turn the Oranguru and just kill it. Just able to kill it. First turn. Bang. Done. Yeah, U-turn does this, and because Greedent is one of the slowest Pokemon of all time... Did I Mega Evolve there? Mega Evolve, U-turn. Meatloaf Hammer Arm is able to kill Greedent in one hit with a Choice Band at level 99. No burn necessary. It just goes and ends it. Why is it Meatloaf burnt? Doesn't need to be burnt. So, that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to get a double kill in turn 1. So there's a U-turn, and we need to U-turn to a very specific Pokemon. That Pokemon is Soup. Bang, we get the double kill. And we're set up Soup for the next turn. So, the next Pokemon is Florges and should be Swellow. Should be. Yes. Alright, so now Florges, because Meatloaf, you can see it's missing 1 pixel of HP. Because it's missing 1 little pixel of HP, Florges outspeeds and kills with Moonblast 100% of the time. So it's always going to Moonblast Meatloaf. As Swellow is... I'm just going to be honest with you, Swellow's about to die. It's just going to... we have Expert Belt on Alakazam, it dies to Psychic. There's nothing more to say about that. So, Soup, Psychic, Psychic Soup, Psychic Swellow. And Meatloaf is going to need to switch into someone that can take a Moonblast. Hot Pot, the Fire type. Resists it, I believe, right? Fire resists. I don't know. Doesn't take a ton for Moonblast here. As we switch in the Hot Pot. So here we go. The next turn goes off. Soup, Psychic. Blah, 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 blah. And there goes the Swellow, and Florges Moonblast coming in. Now, Hot Pot. After that Moonblast. Special attack goes down. Who cares? It's obviously dead to another Moonblast. One moment. There might have been a very, very, very slight... Okay, no, we're fine. That was, I think, the highest roll of Moonblast, and this Florges also has Dazzling Gleam, which we really cannot afford to take. But, I think I calced that Dazzling Gleam was safe, and it couldn't have Dazzling Gleamed. We're good. Alright. I just had to double check that Floor just couldn't Dazzling Gleam. It wasn't... I think we planned before the fight, but I just needed to make sure. 62 was the max possible roll. Yeah. Yes. This is the max possible roll that it could do. Which is why I was like, I'm kind of low. Is that dangerous? Anyways, Soup is now not going to be able to kill Snorlax or Florges because they're both monsters. But both of those Pokemon outspeed my Hot Pot. So we need to switch out Soup into someone that is able to kill one of these. That Pokemon is going to be Tofu. As Torkoal is able to protect, because it's able to survive. So Hot Pot just protects here and takes a bunch of hits. So there's a little Protect. And there's a Moonblast on the Protect, and here's a High Horsepower or a Crunch or a Body Slam. I think it was random. So again, Floor just going to Moonblast Hot Pot, as Snorlax is going to use a move against Hot Pot, but with a black belt, Tofu, close combat, just kills Snorlax. So we're going to close combat the Snorlax. Bang, and Hot Pot needs to switch into a Pokemon that can take a Moonblast. That Pokemon that's going to take the Moonblast is Beedrill. There we go. So here comes the Moonblast. Onto my Beedrill. Bang! And now Mega Beedrill just kills Florges with Poison Jab. So we're free to Poison Jab here, as Tofu can switch out into whoever he wants. That Pokemon, I think, is going to be Soup. So you got Poison Jab, will get the job done. We are Mega Evolved already, and that kills... nothing stopping me. And now there's one Pokemon left. And honestly, it was the trickiest part about this fight. It's the Vivillon. It has Friend Guard, so all of the Pokemon sitting beside it take 3/4 damage. It also has a Focus Sash. It also has Stun Spore, Sleep Powder, Rage Powder, and Pollen Puff. So it's full support, and it stays alive, and is hard to kill. But with 2 Pokemon left against 1, a Psychic and Poison Jab finishes it off. And there we go. There's the battle. Six battles left. The next battle is another double battle. All right, let's go fight Ninjaboy and Expert. I weigh an ambush, and a Twaina has landed in my twab. Hello, child. Can you spare some time? All right, we should see Togekiss and Mr. Rhyme in that order. Togekiss, Mr. Rhyme, there it is. So, this is another gimmick fight. We had a couple of gimmick fights in Tate and Liza's gym. This is another one. This is one where the Pokemon on the right all have Custap berries, and they fling it at the Pokemon on the left to activate weakness policies and boost stats. So, oh, did I say Custap? Sorry, I meant Salac berries. They have Salac berries. The Pokemon on the right have Salac berries, and they fling the Pokemon on the left to boost the Pokemon's speed and activate their weakness policy to make them go even... to get it even stronger and faster. The problem is, though, if the Pokemon on the left dies, a fling fails. And then they'll just try it again the next turn. So, you can probably guess what we're going to do. We're just going to fake out Mr. Rhyme just for fun. It's literally not necessary, but it actually doesn't matter. And we're U-turn to kill Mr. Rhyme. Simple as that. Just U-turn kills. So there's a fake out. And then there's a U-turn. Cool. Great. And we're going to U-turn into Archeops. And then, because Togekiss flung to its partner, there's no target anymore. So it's going to fail. Because it's a failure. Now they're going to send in Decidueye. Decidueye, again, has a weakness policy. It is also weak to fling. So Togekiss is, again, going to fling Decidueye. The thing is, Decidueye is dead to Dual Wing Beat. So we're going to switch Tofu into, like, just somebody else. I guess Beedrill, I think. Yeah, we'll switch Tofu into Nectarine. And Dino Nugget is just going to Dual Wing Beat to kill. So yeah, we just Dual Wing Beat Decidueye. Crazy cry from Mega Beedrill there. Anyways. There's the weakness policy activating. And then here's a second Dual Wing Beat. Doesn't matter. And then Togekiss's fling fails again. Because it's a stupid idiot. Another Sceptile, and Archeops outspeeds Sceptile, and again kills with Dual Wing Beat. How does Unburden work, though? This is a dumb question. Can Unburden interrupt my Dual Wing Beat? Because then Sceptile is faster? Because technically we hit it with a Dual Wing Beat, weakness policy activates, gets rid of its item, and then Sceptile is faster with Unburden. No, it cannot. I thought maybe there was a bug or something. I don't know. Anyways. Nectarine, Poison Jab, Togekiss. It can't interrupt multi-hit moves. Some things interrupt multi-hit moves, chat. Weak armor interrupts multi-hit moves. So I was curious if there was anything else. Anyways, Dual Wing Beat, hit Sceptile, and that will just kill. So we're gonna get a double kill here. Here's Dual Wing Beat. Bang. And I don't think the attack can be... we'll see here. Yeah, alright. Sceptile goes down to the Dual Wing Beat. Fantastic. And then, yeah, Poison Jab kills Togekiss. Alright. And there's a double kill. Why does it take you so long to confirm the attack? So I don't lose 415 hours of my life. I am being 100% dead certain that I'm doing everything correctly. The further we get in, the longer the buttons take. Anyway, Sneasler comes in because... Sneasler comes in because it sees that it kills my Nectarine with Ice Shard. So it will be using Ice Shard on this turn on specifically Beedrill. Unlucky for Sneasler, it won't be hitting Beedrill. It will be hitting my Gyarados. Sashimi's going to switch in as my Scarfed Dino Nugget. It is Choice Scarf to outspeed this Sneasler. Can Dual Wing Beat again to kill. But there's the Ice Shard. Onto my Gyarados. It takes it pretty well. And there we go. Whoa. And the last Pokemon left is a sturdy Donphan with a Custap Berry. A little bit dangerous. But because it doesn't think it's going to die, it won't Ice Shard here. It'll use Stone Edge or High Horsepower. So Sashimi's Waterfall with an Expert Belt deals 70%. And Dino Nugget's Dual Wing Beat just deals 33 minimum. So, and it never activates the Custap early. So we'll just outspeed the Donphan and kill it. There you go. And that's the battle. Five fights remain. Let's do this. I just bought this parasol. My cuteness should be up by a third. A parasol? A parasol, Hexmaniac Gongus? Really? A parasol? You sure? Alright. Raichu. It has a Focus Sash. It has Static. It has Thunder, Surf, Counter, and Grass Knot. Every single one of those I resist. We two-shot with Energy Ball. Simple as that. With a Life Orb, we two-shot with Energy Ball. It hits a Surf. And we kill it with another Energy Ball. Now, because Electrode's so fast, we outspeed everything. It's just going to be the first Pokemon that's slower that kills me. And that's Glaceon. Glaceon, it's going to be using a either Freeze Dry or Blizzard. One of those two moves. So we need to get the heck out of here because it does kill me. Both of them, guaranteed. So we're just going to get out with Volt Switch. Doing a little bit of chip along the way. Because this has high defenses, actually. It's a very defensive Pokemon. But anyways, we Volt Switch to get out. And we Volt Switch into Arcanine Hisui, who is going to be taking one of those ice moves. Arcanine does outspeed and can kill the Glaceon after this hit. Holding with the Choice Band and only holding the Choice Band. Even if we got frozen, it was fine because Flare Blitz would thaw us out on the hit. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to Flare Blitz. We're going to kill. We have Rock Head, so we don't take Recoil. And we're going to be left with a pretty good amount of HP. Even with the Akka, it kills. Slowbro is the only Pokemon that can kill me on the opposing team without me killing it first. And it has to use Scald here, because that's the only move that can kill me. So, it's going to be using Scald, and I'm going to switch into a Pokemon to take Scald. That Pokemon is my beautiful little Pea. So we take the Scald. Whoa. And we get Emergency Exited Out. Of course, the classic P move. Into a Pokemon that can kill Slowbro. That Pokemon, Mustard. Okay, so. With an Expert Belt, Mustard kills with a Wicked Blow in one hit. Yep. There's Mustard. And now, they're going to send in a Pokemon that outspeeds and kills me. It is Swellow. So, it's going to Brave Bird. We need a Pokemon that can take a Brave Bird and then kill it in return. That Pokemon, surprisingly, is a Pokemon we have not seen in a while. Chowder, which is still alive and kicking. Pretty crazy, but Chowder's there. So Chowder switches in, takes the Brave Bird. Bang! And now, this Swellow is still faster. So it's going to use another move, but with an Assault Vest, we live a Boom Burst, and we can kill it with a Rock Slide. There you go. So now Swellow goes down, and there are two Pokemon left. A Tangrowth and a Volcarona. But Volcarona is faster, so it's going to send it out first. Obviously, both of them are able to kill me. They are able to kill me with... this is able to kill me only with Giga Drain at the present moment. So it will be guaranteed to be using Giga Drain with its Grass Gem Giga Drain. Yikes. Pretty strong, right? So we're going to switch in a Pokemon to resist that. My Egg here. take the Giga Drain. Grass Gemmed. And then, Mega Egg one-shots with Hurricane. Incredible. Not only does a one-shot Volcarona with Hurricane, but there's a Tangrowth sitting in the back. And also, just barely at level 99, does Hurricane have a guaranteed kill. Even with the Assault Vest on Tangrowth. There you go. 4 battles remain. Alright, the next battle is Twins Mew and Yuki.